Here. In today's segment, I am going to go over some pumpkins and gourds, different kinds of varieties. As most of you know, I try to cook as much as possible local and in season. And here in Wisconsin, the leaves are turning, it's beautiful, we're right in fall, and it's very common in my kitchen to have any 4 or 5 of these different gourds or pumpkins to cook. On my website, I have, with exception of the buttercup squash, I have recipes for all of these. And I will be posting a buttercup squash next week. So first of all, I just want to go through a couple of the different kind of squashes and pumpkins. The first one we have here is acorn squash. Many of you have probably cooked with acorn squash. It is sweet, very delicious. This one is a buttercup squash. I'm new to this one and I'm excited to try a new recipe. I have been told it's not as sweet, but still very delicious. This is an acorn squash. I'm sorry, a butternut squash. Gosh, they're all so close together. Butternut squash, and I have an amazing butternut squash soup on my website. But this is delicious. You could stuff it, you can make a soup out of it. This one is spaghetti squash. I actually have grown this in my garden. It's very easy to grow. But this is probably one of my all-time favorite squashes. I use this in place of pasta in a lot of my dishes. So basically, it gives you the consistency of an actual spaghetti noodle. And it's delicious. You add a little butter, salt and pepper, roast it. It's wonderful. And then you have your pumpkin. Okay, a couple things I want to talk to you about pumpkins. This is either a pie pumpkin or a sugar pumpkin. It's the same thing. Depending on where you go, they might call it one or the other. But you do not want to cook a typical jack-o'-lantern. Those are not made for cooking. They are made for carving for Halloween. So this is a sweeter pumpkin. You want to keep the size pretty small. The smaller, the sweeter. 4 pounds or below is fine. I think this one's probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. And you should yield anywhere from 2 to 4 cups from one pumpkin. So there's many other squashes out there. These are just some of them that I cook with on a regular basis. I'm so excited to try this buttercup squash. Stay tuned for that recipe. So, a couple things I would like to show you. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side, and I'm going to show you how to, let's see here, actually cut a pumpkin, and how actually all of these pumpkin squashes are pretty much cooked the same way. Basically, I put them in a 375-degree oven for anywhere from, most of them, 40 minutes. But if they're small, it could be 20 minutes. If they're large, it could be 50 minutes. For instance, this spaghetti squash, I think you would cut in half. You would scoop out the seeds. It's the only one I do not add water to. And then you would put it in the bottom of a 9x13 pan. And I put olive oil, salt, and pepper on it before I put it in, face down in the pan. Put it in a 375-degree oven and cook it for 40 minutes with this size. You don't get too much bigger than this, but you can, and if you did, it would be 50 minutes. But in my garden, mine are half this size, so I cook them for close to 20 minutes. So size does matter when it comes to a squash. Basically, you just want to check the consistency. If you overcook spaghetti squash, it becomes mushy. So this is the one that you just don't want to overcook. The other ones, it's okay to overcook, like pumpkins, they just get mushy and then you smash them anyway, so 40 to 50 minutes works. You just want to make sure it's really nice and soft. Okay, so with your pumpkin, your big thing is you want to make sure you have your sharp knife. You're going to go ahead and put it right on in, and you're going to put all of your weight into it while you cut it. Be very careful while you do this. But you just go ahead and push right on down, okay? Right, all the way through. There we go. And inside you have all your seeds. All your squashes have seeds inside. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to scoop all your seeds out. And this is what the inside of the pumpkin should look like. Most of the pulp should be out, all the seeds should be out. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put these face down in a 9x13-inch pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of water and put it down in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to put it in a 375-degree oven. This is about nice sized pumpkin. So I'm gonna start off at 40 minutes, and if it's done, I'll take it out. If it's not, then at 50 minutes, I'll go ahead and check it done. So, and that's it. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to scoop out the insides. It'll come out super easy from the skins, and you're gonna mash the pumpkin, and you'll have your pumpkin that you can use in pumpkin bread. You can use it in pumpkin soup, which is what I'm gonna make with this tonight. You can use it to any recipe that calls for canned pumpkin. You could also freeze it. I usually freeze it in little 1-cup containers. So when I do need it for a recipe, I can easily pull it out, thaw it out, and it works out just great. So that's pumpkin.